Alright, I'm starting my second Let's Play video on Foundry. And it's a nice sunshiny day here on planet, whatever the hell the name of this planet is. And I'll show you the first big change we have since we were last visiting. I've unlocked ignium. It's coal, and it's down there. And ignium, which is being mined by my drone miners, allows me to run these burners. And these burners provide me plenty of power. 2.6 megawatts. And they have other uses, but for right now, that's the use we're getting out of them. And you'll notice that we've got these building blocks all connected. I still haven't unlocked the high voltage cables, so I still have to connect everything with these blocks, but at some point I'll be taking away a lot of them. So, when I last left you, we had our area up here. Oops. This is the science area. Science 1. And we were making Science 1. And I'm still making Science 1 with it. The Science 1 pack. But now what we're doing is we've moved the research machines, servers, over to here and added a few more because I now have Science 2. That's these red packs. And we'll find, oh, that's a transport. I'll tell you some more about that in a minute. It's just coming and going. And Science 2 is being made over here. And to make Science 2 takes a bit more complications. It requires a piece of conveyor belt and a piece of building block, like these building blocks, which I make. So I've got machines here that are making... Oh, that was not making anything. How did that get missed? There we go. Now it's making something. That's making building blocks over there, and these are making the conveyor belts. And between the two of them, are making Science. Now, we also have something new going on here, and this is part of the update too. This is the transportation, the space station and the galactic market, and I'll show you that. First of all, though, we'll watch the ship come in. This ship is carrying these transport bots, which I'm making. These are little transport bots. And they're taking them to the space station, and they're being sold from the space station to anybody who happens to wander by and sees it. See, he's loading right now. We move 50 at a time. And that's the part of the commerce part of the game. So let me go to that and show you how that works. C3BB wants to tell me something, but I'll let him cool his jets here for a minute. Alright, let's go to the space station integration. I showed you before the upgrades that we can do. These are all the things you can upgrade, and you can decide what you want to upgrade. And they have different effects. That's just, you know, Light is what I told you about. This allows you to have more of it located back on the station. Installing the hangars, upgrading the hangars allows me to have more ships. And these ships, what these ships are doing is providing me uplifting. Oh, there's a big sun there behind it. See, I have two ships right now. Ship number 1 is planetary shipping. It's taking those transport bots that I'm making and bringing them up to the space station. Cargo ship 2 I was using to buy materials for the space station. To do that, what I do is this. I assign a task. I do a market trade. I want to buy these supplies. And I can buy up to 100. I could buy 1,000, but it won't let me. It's capped at 100 because of the ship's capacity. And I just confirm the trade. and it's off. And as you can see on the countdown timer where I got my cursor moving around, it takes about 12 minutes for the trade to come through. Alright, sales platform. I right now am selling these transport bots. I've just unlocked the technology for a vacuum bot, and I will now enable this to sell them as well. And see what the average hourly demand is here. Now this is I can't remember if this is real world an hour or in-game an hour, which is a lot shorter. Here's my finances, what I'm making. And again, we're making Firmalite. I would keep wanting to say Firmalite. It makes more sense. And you can see here, this is my profit. And then here's my competitors. Now, if you'll notice, I'm at the very bottom of the list. My nearest competitors making, these guys have big market dominance. His weekly earnings are 38 million, mine's 26,000. So I have a huge way to go. The galactic market, this is the one I showed you when I'm buying materials. You can buy things in a single trade, or you can have a recurring trade order. And recurring trade order is important. Say you're short on a certain material, widgets. So you can buy widgets from the galactic market and then bring them down to the planet and then use them. So it's a clever idea. And here's the galactic mark. I could not show this to you before. The galactic map. And as I zoom out, you can see there's a lot of things out there, and it's procedurally generated each time. And what happens is these different planets want different things. You can see there's a demand for light bots, vacuum bots, transport bots, screen bots. There's a bunch of bots. And there's all that wonderful complex material that you can figure out. I'm not anywhere near to the point of knowing enough to really do it. But that's the next part of what I'm doing in the game, is expanding it so that I'm going to make things that I'm going to then send a ship to sell to over there. Or to over there, or over there. Meanwhile, this spaceship, it's on its way to buy construction material from the galactic market. It doesn't actually represent its physical location. It's just an item so that you can look on there and find out what's going on. Alright, we'll go back to space station. I've got Firmalite 22,000. My vault capacity is 10,000. Oh, I'm charged for external storage. I should probably upgrade my storage then. Where's a Firmalite vault? Here, I can upgrade my Firmalite vault. It takes 20 minutes. 200 construction material, and I'm ordering construction material right now, and 5,000 Firmalites, and I have 22,000. So it's missing construction materials, but I'm on my way to get that. So that's the station, the galactic part of it, and the things that you're going to do to make a reason why you're doing all this stuff on the planet. So here we are down on the planet. Let's show you what's going on. As I said, this is my original construction. This is what I showed you before. It's all going off to be made into plates and produced. And this is where we're making Science 1. But we'll get away from that, because this is what I've expanded. All that stuff that you see is all since I did my first video. We take the ore. This is the miners, and they're taking, well, it's hard to see here, let me zoom in on them. The xenoferrite ore is being taken from here, and the technomore from here. And then what we're doing, this is a technology upgrade I just unlocked. We put them through crushers. Crushers break the ore, and then the ore gets sent around to the smelters, and then this is a more effective way of smelting it. You notice it says tier 1 here, but over here it's tier 2. The material just hasn't reached that first smelter. Tier 2 rods are made 50% faster than Tier 1 rods, in the same way with the plates. Alright, this is the other thing I want to show you. This is the main belt. Those of you who have played Factorio know all about the main belt, since it's a constantly discussed item. Basically, it's so that when you decide to add on a new a new production line, you tap off of the main belt. The nice thing, in Factorio, it's all two-dimensional. You can't go up. But here, in Foundry, you can go up and come up off of a single level, like I did here with these electronic components, and then split off and send one leg off to the machinery, and the other leg continues on the main belt. And that's what all of these are, these things that go up and down. And this is my Science 2 facility as we saw it before. And you can do a lot of calculations in the game. You can get out sheets of paper and say you need X number of machines to do Y and stuff, which I've done at times, but sometimes it's just as easy to say, hey, is there enough supply going into the machine? If there's not, then I need to add more supply. If there's a lot of supply sitting there not doing anything, then I got to add another machine that processes it. And that's pretty much it. So, let me bring up the research tree, and I'll go to the bottom of the tree. We'll see how much stuff I've researched. That's everything in green there towards the bottom. And right now, we are processing. We're not doing anything right now. We finished something while I was talking. So I'm going to upgrade mine drilling speed. That allows the character to drill faster. And at some point, we're going to unlock the more effective high voltage cables and power poles, and that will allow us to not have to have everything hooked up by building blocks like I have here. You know, like right here, that goes here, that connects there, that goes there. I only need that just to transmit the power, the electricity. Once I get transformers and power poles, I don't need it. So that's where we are right now. We've gotten a bit more progress, and I'm now making things for the space station. I'm making transport bots, as I showed you here, and I can make vacuum bots, which will vacuum your floors. How nice is that? And I can sell those as well. And I may need more ships to do that. So that's part of the game, is at some point you'll have to start buying more ships to have them do more carrying up to the station, and then ones to go from the station to other planetary systems. And by the way, there's a station. You notice it's looking a lot better now. Doesn't have so many pieces missing. Oh, there you go. There's a transport ship taking off. So I think with that, we'll end this video, and that's where we are right now. So I'll see you next time. Next time we will have steam turbines and boilers and power poles and transformers and all that good stuff.